resolved by Taiwan. That's our consistent position. After the war, we have consistently tread the path of a peace-loving nation. And going forward, international peace and stability is something that we'd like to contribute toward. And this morning, China's participant mentioned Japan's security assurance, and that intervention was not based on fact at all. That is what is on my mind. To prevent disputes before it occurs, how to do the burden sharing is something that we have to work out in advance, and I think it's important that we do so.
Thank you very much. I'm going to let you have the last word to close us out.
I'm honored. Last but least, for sure, in this category, honored to be on with this panel. And I think, honestly, I associate myself 100% with everything everybody said, because I think it really, of course, there are costs. There's costs in everything. But there's a lot of discussion of history here. I think if we look over the scope of the last 100 years, both the lead up to the Second World War and then the avoidance of that with no Third World War, the answer is always it's better to have the difficult conversations about, as Japanese Foreign Minister Motegi just said, to have the difficult conversations and make sure that things are fair and square, as Mr. Collins just said, Mr. Marles, Deputy Prime Minister Marles. In the sense, that is the purpose of leadership in our context under President Trump. I mean, here, Secretary General Rutte, all of your leaders, et cetera, is to pay those lesser costs now. And I think we should be grateful. I think I agree with the Secretary General that we're doing that now. So we're in a position, as the Foreign Minister just said, to be operating from a position of peace. So that's, again, why I feel that we can leave this conference. And I think, Mr. Minister, you're exactly right to say Vice President Vance's and Secretary Rubio's, there's a constant theme, and at a lesser level, obviously, my comments, to say there's a trajectory here, but there's also a path. We need to take more responsibility. We want growing allies. We want strong allies. Now it's time to march out and say and work together in a pragmatic, results-oriented way to come up with alliances that make sense for everybody, that will work. And to your point, Ravi, I mean, I'm certainly not a head of state. I don't think anybody else here is a head of state. It's idle speculation. It's inappropriate speculation. The best thing that people like us can offer is ready forces and societies that have priced in that readiness, that are spending, that have militaries that are ready, that are speaking, you know, softly but clearly, but carrying that big stick. That's the best thing to offer. If I were in the market, that's what I would want. I'd want that a lot more than idle kind of abstractions that are disconnected from reality.
I'm still going to have to ask the questions. Diplomatic panel, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles, Ministers Collins, Motegi, Van Weel and Bridge Colby. Thank you.